So if today is your last chance, what would you say? What would you say? So why do you think people wait to say, I love you? Why do you think that they wait to say, I'm sorry or I forgive you? Or that you're the best mother that I've ever had? Or best father? Or thank you? Like, why do you think people wait?
We always think we have more time.
I definitely think of myself. I'm putting myself in this position is I think there's going to be another holiday. I think there will be another birthday or another family gathering. Fear gets in the way, pride gets in the way, shame gets in the way, and it's just letting all those down.
An easy one is look at your loved one and say, how are you feeling? And then be quiet and listen. And if they get uncomfortable and they start crying and they start sharing something and being moved emotionally, don't laugh it off. Don't try to have them come out of it. Like, just listen and make eye contact and be there with them in that and stay curious.
Today, I am grateful for the team that we have. Yesterday, we had a patient that passed, and the way that the team came together, even over the weekend, the on-call, Elvian, he did a phenomenal job, and the on-call nurse did a phenomenal job, and our CNAs, I'm just grateful for the compassion and the hearts and their heart to just want to serve people and do the best that they can do, and not only love on the patients, but love on the family too. So I really couldn't have asked to be part of a better team. So.
Tell you what, and those are tense moments, somebody's last moments, and the family is over your shoulder, and it's always unpredictable too, like you shared in our last episode, which I love. There is never a perfect death, and there's never going to be a perfect goodbye. And so for our team to show up with open hearts and courage to not have to know and control everything, they show up and they serve.
Right.
And they trust each other and they trust themselves.
Yeah.
And I have been celebrating the last couple of days. One of our patients that went into the hospital came back home. And so we were bringing her back onto service. And so I showed up and was visiting with her son, and our nurse practitioner walked in the door for his visit, and our registered nurse had been there earlier that morning.
Everybody.
And then our chaplain,
and the CNA,
walked in. No, as I was pulling out of the driveway, because I finished my paperwork, and Douglas was pulling in, and I was like guiding him in. I'm like, yeah, it's not the gate that the navigation leads you to. It's the gate, like you overshoot it a little bit. So drive back where you came from and go down the gray gravel road. Well, it looks like this. I'm like, yep, you're in the right place. So boom, here he comes, and out I go. We roll down our window, and I'm like, hey, here's a little bit of a report, like what's going on in the house and stuff. And then he stayed, and he just had like the most jubilant conversation and connection with the son and the patient. And I was like, dang, when I tell these doctors and these like case managers and social workers who are picking the hospice for their patient to go with, I'm like, they're like, how are you different?
Our team shows up.
We treat you like family. we wrap the patient in so much love and care. And that's just all that ever comes out of my mouth. That's not all. I get more wordy than that. But that is the condensed truth.
Yeah.
We wrap them in some, because that patient was like, okay, when it rains, it pours. Who's next? And I was so proud of us in that moment. I was just like, look at us. That's what we say that we'll do. And we show up. And She wants music therapy. She wants somebody to play the guitar and sing to her. And I'm like, who can we
Not
get to
me.
come do that? I know it's not me. And the son's like, sweet, I want to jam with somebody. I play the guitar. I'm like, okay, now I'm visualizing this option and like, we're making this happen. So I'm calling every music therapist I've ever known. Like, hey, I need you to, we'll contract this visit with you and let's get this done.
Yeah.
And that's what we do for
Just
people.
amazing.
So yeah, our team, we're all kind of like, what do we get to do today? We don't know, but we're down for it.
Right. Somebody just recently asked me, what does your day look like? And I kind of was like, a typical day or just a day in the life? And he said, a typical day. And I'm like, I don't really have a typical day. I have a time I wake up, I work out, I do my Bible study, get ready for work, go into work. But I can't tell you that my day is going to be X, Y, and Z because there's arrows and spears and all kinds of stuff, kinks that come my way that I have to handle.
Yeah,
So
you get to grab your shield.
completely, flexible.
Flexible.
Yeah.
Be flexible.
Yeah.
It's required.
Well, today we're going to talk about the last conversation. So last week was a pretty heavy week, right?
Yeah. Last conversation with mom or when mom says she's ready.
When mom says she's ready. And so this is the last and final conversation that you would be having with your loved one. And we're going to unwrap it. We're going to talk about how do you communicate with your loved one? What are some ideal things that you want to wrap up, that you want to close out until eternity sets in, the importance of expressing your love, your gratitude. It's just a full expression of where you are at in life with them. It's about forgiveness and peace and like truly letting them go. So, all right.
It's a lot of pressure. That's what I feel like. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
In a final conversation.
The final conversation. And the reality is none of us know when that conversation is going to be.
That is the reality.
One of the most asked questions when someone transitions into being imminent, a family always asks our RNs, our clinical team, well, how long? How long do they have?
Right.
And we don't know that answer. And so we want to make sure that last conversation is a special one. They're prepared. The patient's prepared and the family's prepared. Yeah.
As you're talking, I'm realizing that any patient that I'm speaking with, I am in that mindset that this could be the last conversation. Therefore, I want to ask the biggest questions. Yeah. And I want the family to be engaged in that and to be right there and feeling every bit of like this is coming toward the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's not shy away from it. Let's jump into the fire. Is kind of what God is speaking to me as I'm visiting with any of our patients.
Yeah. As the nurse is there and the nurse can talk and educate the family regarding transition, moving into the patient being imminent, there's actually some warning time there, right? There's some time where they can get around the bedside and they can really start having those deep conversations, the conversations of letting go, of forgiveness. So, conversations, I'm thinking of like conversations of generational hurt and healing that can come from it, just all the generational hurt. There might be some hurt that's there. And so there's an opportunity for that generational healing to start. Yeah.
And the opportunity is like opening a door and asking the question. And what I find is it's not, even though there could be years and generations of hurt, it boils down to one hurt, like one thing that hurt, and then we've just been sort of dancing around it and years have gone by. None of us have been willing to talk about the thing that happened that hurt. And so, but that's why I'm like, it's like one open door and one question. And usually if the people who are in the hurt, like in that conversation will face it, it's like a few sentences and it's a new way forward.
Yeah.
Is born.
It's like a release. It's a reconnection. Like, yeah. it is just
Yes.
amazing. And it's amazing what our hospice team gets to witness.
Exactly.
It's
because
truly
we're willing
amazing.
to.
Yeah.
People ask me all the time, like, "Oh, that must be hard. Oh, you work in hospital. Oh, how do you do?" It's like, how do I do it? There's like a few things that I do commonly.
Yeah.
The human is different, so I never know what's going to transpire, but it's a few, questions that I ask that are a part of my role.
Yeah.
And you're right. Like if people are willing to just answer my question honestly, so much healing happens
Mm-hmm.
because it's finally being opened up and aired out. It's like a
Right.
wound. It's been festering, and all that needed to happen was slice it open. That hurts, but then it's open and you clear it out, and then we can come back together and have a healing.
Yeah. What you just said kind of resonates. I met with a dear friend and mentor of mine
Mhm.
last week over coffee.
Mm.
And she's just beautiful. She's a beautiful soul. She's just a beautiful person, just a loving woman and a servant of God. And we that's what we were talking about hospice and how the passing, the death can be a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it truly can be a beautiful thing. And that's kind of what just resonated with me when you said that.
exactly.
Yeah, like hospice is not, yes, do we have challenging times in hospice? Absolutely.
We do. In every
Yeah.
area of life, that happens to be our work,
Yeah.
but we all struggle. There's
Yeah.
challenging parts of all of our lives.
But it really can be a truly beautiful thing.
Yeah, because what's the alternative is we don't have the conversation or we choose out of that uncomfortable question that we're burning inside of us to ask and we
Yeah.
choose out of it. And then the opportunity is gone because they pass.
So if today is your last chance, what would you say? What would you say? Today was in that's a really strong and heavy question that we
Yeah.
can start having conversations with our patient families too.
Yeah.
And as well as our patients. If today is your last day,
Yeah.
your
Acknowledge
last
what they've meant
chance.
to me. I
Yeah.
want to acknowledge my mother-in-law.
Mhm.
I got to say goodbye to her
Mhm.
a couple weekends ago because I knew it would probably be the last time I saw her in person.
Mhm.
And I was just like, you have been the most amazing mother to your kids and the most amazing grandmother to your grandkids. Look at this beautiful family that you've built. You look so pretty. And I was just stroking her face and her, just all right here. I'm like, you look so pretty. And then touching her shoulder, just touching, giving her a lot of touch, like physical
Mm.
love in that moment. And then kissing her cheek and like, you look so pretty. It's so good to see you. We
Mhm.
love you. We've missed you. Um, yeah.
Well, Kenya, I'm just sitting here thinking that
Acknowledge.
you brought her so much peace probably. You acknowledged her, you were showing her love. You weren't waiting to express that.
Yeah. And my hubby,
Yeah.
he's so cute. He gets a little squirmy. Like he's the happy-go-lucky
Yeah.
guy. Like he brings that energy to the party. So to do something kind of
That was
downer,
hard. Yeah.
for lack of a better word, of having a somber conversation,
Mhm.
like I could tell he might not step into that fire. And so I just was like, baby, go say anything that you want to say to her. Go
Mhm.
snuggle her, go kiss her, go love her. And so he stepped into it and he did.
Yeah.
And so then we got to cry about it on the porch for a long time. But
So why do you think people wait to say I love you? Why do you think that they wait to say I'm sorry or I forgive you? Or that you're the best mother that I've ever had. Or best father or thank you. Like why do you think people wait?
I think humans are funny. We have this thing called ego and we have
Mhm.
this thing called pride,
Mhm.
and we all have it. And depending on where the relationship has been, there could be some hurts and hangups. And it's like, I do love my mother. I do.
Mhm.
And if we've been in an argument or we had a disagreement about a whole area in our life, or maybe she judged me for an area in my life or something, and there's just that lingering hurt, it's so very hard to be humble and to just lay all that down and meet the human and just love them for who they've been in your life. Like my mom,
Yeah.
hello,
Yeah.
she gave me life.
Yeah.
She did everything for me when I couldn't do anything for myself.
Yeah.
And she's the reason why I became the woman that I am, largely. Like just saying that. But I think it takes humility And depending on what the relationship has consisted of, it's all different kinds of qualities of relationships.
Yeah.
And so at that last conversation, it requires humility, I think.
I think that maybe we assume that there's going to be another opportunity.
We always
Like
think we have more
I
time.
definitely think of myself. I'm putting myself in this position is I think there's going to be another holiday. I think there will be another birthday or another family gathering.
Yeah.
And
then what
you
happens?
never know.
So like at family gatherings, so say you're having that thought and then boom, you're there. It's, what's the next big family gathering? Let's say Thanksgiving this year. So what will Thanksgiving this year be like? Will you go and acknowledge every person that's there and treat it as I'm just saying, like, how often do we subconsciously say, oh, there's time.
Right.
But then
is there really time?
Each interaction comes and goes
Yeah.
and we're not intentional about what we say to each other.
Yeah. I'm reminded too that today is a gift.
Yeah.
Right? Today is a gift. So don't wait,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had this opportunity to acknowledge my aunt. And she and I are not necessarily close. She's my mom's sister. So, she's a close family member in that way by title, I'd say. But she came to my mind and I thought, I'm going to call her today and acknowledge her. And I did. I just did. I got an inspiring ping to do it. And she goes, hey, what? This is a surprise. And I was like, hi, I just want to acknowledge you for being my mom's best friend and for always being there for her. And I know that if I needed anything from you, that you would step right in and help me. And I love you for that. And she was like, well, this just made my day. And I can't help but think that really just cracked her heart wide open. Because
sounds like it.
How often does a human call to acknowledge us? It's not our birthday. It's not our death day.
Right.
It's not our eulogy. We didn't lose a loved one, but somebody called and said what they mean. Yeah.
It was intentionality. You were intentional.
Yeah. And so for me, she used to be the one, we would have family gatherings and I'd be like, I thought she was mean, basically. I'd be like, ooh, what's that? Casserole or whatever. Well, you don't have to eat it if you don't want to. That was my experience of her. So I was like, and Sharon's mean. So it was just cool to flip that around and be like, I'm creating something new with my aunt and here we go. And it was healing. So that's just an example of how simple. It's simple.
And she needed to hear that from you.
And I don't know what she needed because we can assume a lot about other people, right? I can assume, but maybe she experienced me in a totally different, maybe she didn't need that. Maybe.
Oh, the way you said that she responded sounded like she needed it.
Yeah, she responded positively.
Yeah. She was shocked and amazed. Yeah.
Yeah. And we haven't talked about it in person since then. I maybe haven't seen her since then now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I think that's the case. I just haven't seen her in person since then. Her and my mom talk a lot. But yeah, that's how just a few sentences exchanged in intention and in just love, selfless love.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do that to get anything from her. It was just want you to know I'm expressing my feelings for you.
So what do you think happens when things are left unsaid?
Guessing and
Regret.
maybe regret. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling like a lost opportunity.
Yeah. And, I think what we've experienced in hospice is that it's not necessarily regret over money or over things like possessions or regret over careers. But I think what we've experienced is that most of the regrets are around people.
Yeah.
And around relationship.
Yeah. And you know what's so crazy is oftentimes the surface thing is money. And it seems like there's family disagreements about how to spend money or how to divide up stuff. And now I'm thinking about the thing is never the thing. That's just
so where does it stem from?
Yeah. What's underneath it? What is the root of that argument?
Yeah. There's family dynamics. Yeah.
Somebody probably doesn't feel like they've spent enough time with the person who's passing. And so they've got feelings and they just think it's being annoyed with their sibling.
Yeah.
But it's really like you have regret because you haven't honored the time that you've had.
I know some things we've heard before from patients are, I wish I would have spent more time with my children. I wish I would have called my sister. I wish I would have told my husband that I loved him more.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm thinking of the different regrets that they've had, that they left off, they left on the table,
Yeah.
things that were unsaid. Um, yeah.
What would you say if today was your last day? Would you have any regrets?
I think everybody might have regrets, but what I would say is I would speak life into my children
Yeah.
on how amazing they are and how wonderfully like they are God's masterpiece and that they are going to continue to be world changers and inspirational. I mean, just so many things. I would totally just speak into their life and
Wow.
let them know how proud I was of them
Mm.
and how dynamic their families are going to be. And I know that they're going to continue our family legacy,
Yeah.
and be those footsteps and the footprints and the hands of Jesus to make change in people's lives, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
But that they are incredible. I just would speak life into them.
I
Yeah.
love that so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just, if my sister, my siblings, and if my parents, if I had the opportunity to say that to my parents too, you know.
Mm.
Um, but I can't help but think about the word intentional. Like I just want to stop the podcast right now and I want to pick up my phone and I want to call everybody that I love,
Yeah.
So not to wait.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting, right?
Yeah. Just not to wait. Let them know how much you love them because it's truly about love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The world
Well,
is not going to build people up,
yeah.
it's up to us.
What would you say? What would you say to Philip?
I would say, baby, I think the world of you. You've been the most inspiring person to ever come into my life. I know that God had a purpose when
Mhm.
he put you and me together at that rooftop party that night. And I have wasted way too much time and energy judging you and making you wrong for the way that you love me.
Mhm.
And from here on out, I am going to be your biggest supporter. And I love you. You're free to express yourself and be yourself.
Mhm.
And let's dream together. Let's dream together so
Yeah.
that we stay really excited and playful about the days that we have.
Left. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. So the weight of things left unsaid. All right. So let's talk about seeking forgiveness. Yeah.
Forgiveness is such a spiritual process. It's such a supernatural
Mhm.
phenomenon.
Mhm.
Only true forgiveness only comes from from God and
Mhm.
our willingness to ask for forgiveness.
And our willingness to forgive too.
Yeah. And to forgive who?
Mhm.
We can forgive people who offend us, and we must forgive ourselves
Yeah.
and forgive God because a lot of times we blame God for letting things happen to us.
Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, from a personal level, I get upset because I easily forgive. And my best friend says that's one of the best attributes about you. Like that is one of the best character qualities that you have because she has a really hard time forgiving.
Yeah.
And she says you don't understand what it's like to feel the burden, to feel the pain, to push this continuously
Yeah.
down because I can't forgive. And so I
Yeah.
think forgiveness is possible for a lot of people, or easy. And then sometimes it could be kind of an impossible kind of mountain to climb. And so it's looking at that too.
But what's underneath? What's your intention when you show up as a forgiving person? Like the fact that you are a forgiving person, you identify as a forgiving person. What's underneath that? What is your intention?
I just, well, I don't know. I've never really thought about that.
Because there's
Um,
something about
I, I kind
you.
of just want to forgive and move on. Like
Mhm.
life's too short,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I just want to forgive and move on. And I think that that's why I do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What you said was, let's talk about seeking forgiveness.
Hmm.
And I think that's the key, is with an open heart, we begin to ask and seek, like, "Oh, how can I forgive this so
Yeah.
that I'm not holding on to it and it's not festering and
Hmm.
it's not ruling my thoughts and keeping me in this victim mindset and keeping me in this like hate for other people."
Yeah.
Because if we have unforgiveness, we're guarded.
Hmm.
We're keeping ourselves separated from other people.
Hmm.
And that's not
And not at peace,
that's not
heavy.
that's not
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
It's
not
negative.
connected. Think
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
When I was in unforgiveness, before I really learned God's definition of forgiveness and God's command, God commands us to forgive. It's not really an option. I mean, it
Hmm.
is it is a God command because he knows what's best for us. But I was not connecting with other humans. I was in self-protection mode. That is not open-hearted love. That is not courageous. That's fear.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to
Fear.
name it. I didn't know even what that it was happening. I wasn't conscious to it. But when I sought forgiveness and I sought a better life for myself and more healthy emotions,
Hmm.
that's when I was seeking, then people started coming into my life that God wanted to speak into me. They had experience with forgiveness, and there it went. And it's an openness and a willingness.
Yeah. Fear gets in the way, pride gets in the way, shame gets in the way, and it's just letting all those down. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Fear, pride, and then shame. Yeah. And shame grows in the dark. So again, it's a willingness to open it up and be like, this is happening. Or you really upset me when you did this. And
Right.
just like, go for it. Just say it. We're all human. You're not gonna, there's no perfect way to broach these conversations.
And forgiveness doesn't mean that it excuses the wrongdoing. I think sometimes people think that when you forgive somebody, it like excuses their action.
Right.
I don't believe that it excuses the wrongdoing.
It doesn't. And it
Mm-mm.
doesn't say you can continue doing that to me
Right.
in the future.
Yeah.
It just says I open heartedly choose love and freedom over forgiveness or over unforgiveness and being offended.
Yeah. And I think that forgiveness doesn't pretend that it never happened either. You know?
Mm-mm. No, you can't forget.
No.
Forgive and forget is, I think, false.
Yeah.
There's no forgetting. I'm not going to get amnesia. Like,
I think sometimes I have.
it's there. It's
Oh.
there. And if it's family, you can't just cut them out of your life. So we've got to face it. We've got to be able to express ourselves.
Mhm.
Now
Yeah.
I'm going a little bit more into the widespread like family conversations, but it all has to do with having the final conversation. Because if we're approaching conversations in the way that it could be the last,
Mhm.
I mean, that is a lifestyle of being courageous and
Yeah.
saying the hard thing, freeing ourselves of the pain and regret of the past. We all have pain. We all have regret. I'm not perfect.
Mhm.
You're not either. My choices have hurt people.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think 4 statements that, I think of during, the process of dying, that create healing for end of life are, "Please forgive me."
Mm.
That's a big one. "I forgive you." "Thank you." And "I love you." And, yeah, I think that we, as a hospice team, can continue to reiterate that to the people that
Those
we
are good.
serve.
Those are
Yeah,
good.
and their families.
We could put that on a magnet.
Mhm. Just 4 things.
Try verbalizing this. Try
Yeah,
saying this.
yeah, think
Again,
about it. Just think about it.
I would add to that, you've meant so much to me.
Mhm.
This is what you've meant to me.
Yeah,
Prompt.
yeah. But just imagine the power of those words, you know?
Words are powerful.
Mhm. The power of those words.
Mhm. The power of life and death is in our words.
Mhm.
And that's spiritual, not just physical. Yeah.
So a part of the last conversation is saying goodbye. Ooh, I got like that knot in my throat. Yeah, having to say goodbye. So there's it's one of the words, it's one of the hardest words to ever say is goodbye.
Yeah. We avoid it, right?
Hmm.
See you later.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Because for me, it's going to become a reality. Yeah. That my loved one won't be there anymore.
So final.
Hmm. But in reality, it's not. And that's where the beautiful side of things come in.
I think that's a loss of control thing.
Yeah, could be.
You know, like I don't want to lose control. That's too final.
Yeah. And what we see is many families like avoid that conversation of saying goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
So our jobs are to help guide those conversations. Yeah. And letting them know.
Yeah.
And they're not easy.
And we do. We help a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I feel heavy.
But even in the way that we provide care, we're not running in and saving the day anymore. Like an infection isn't always going to be an antibiotic. We're not always going to jump in and be like, let's make it better. We're treating like the body, like we're saying goodbye to the body too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a whole paradigm shift of the whole like medical approach because we're always like treating, getting better, improving. What's the next, modality? What's the next therapy? What's the next thing that we can do to make this person better instead of preparing for goodbye? And that's the blessing of hospice is a preparation for a peaceful passing of that physical body
Mm-hmm.
versus like dying in the hospital because we're trying to like resuscitate and
Hang on.
get you all better. Oh, you
Mm-hmm.
fell and you broke something. Well, let's do surgery.
Yeah.
Like it's just a totally different approach.
Yeah.
Which I think is a giving up of control, right? Can feel like a giving up of control, which is why we'd rather try to make it better.
Yeah, it's just
And
human nature. We always want to make things better. Yeah.
but everything on earth is decaying, the people and nature, like we're all wasting away.
So some terms or some statements that we can give families. They might say, well, what do I say? Like, what am I supposed to say?
An easy one is look at your loved one and say, how are you feeling?
Mm-hmm.
And then be quiet and listen. And if they get uncomfortable and they start crying and they start sharing something and being moved emotionally, don't laugh it off. Don't try to have them come out of it. Like just listen and make eye contact and be there with them in that and stay curious.
Yeah.
Yeah. We see it all the time, like kids of our patients being like, ha, they don't mean that. Ha, oh, they're going to start crying again. Don't ask them that. They'll start crying again.
Yeah.
And so I've gotten really good at just holding it, like just holding right there. And even though they're like, oh, don't have them do that, I'm like looking in the person's eyes. And the person who's trying to pop out of it will usually like emulate what I'm doing and kind of like start to look at their mom or dad too and like just kind of follow my energy. And because if it's not felt,
Yeah.
if it's not said and expressed in thought, words, and emotions, like we won't know. We don't get the gift of their true, like what they're going through right there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Hey mom, how are you feeling today? And you can be joyful. You don't have to walk into
Be all
somebody
somber.
who's on
Absolutely.
home hospice and be like, how are you?
Right.
I have a few minutes for you today. Like, and then I got to get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
doesn't have to
hey,
be awkward.
how are you?
Yeah.
And it also doesn't have to take 2 hours or 4 hours. People get all stressed out. I haven't seen my mom in a few months. I know she's on care, but I just don't have time. I work, I have kids, I do all that. Like you put
just
all this pressure on yourself to go and like save the world or make the perfect words. Like just go be like, how are you today? And be with them in it. If you have 10 minutes and then you got to go, kiss them. Bye. Love you. Thank you for telling me how you feel today.
Yeah. I think it reminds me to make sure to let them know how much they changed my life.
Yeah.
Like I think about anybody, whether it's a friend or a sibling or a parent or anybody. I just would want them to know how much they changed my life. Yeah. And how they impacted it. Yeah.
Give them that gift of knowing what they've meant to you, reflecting back to them the glorious person that they are.
Yeah.
And that their life has mattered so much.
Yeah. What they taught me, what they fed into me. I think another important one is a good statement is that I'll be okay. Like, we'll be okay. Our family will be okay. The kids will be okay, or whoever, whatever that looks like,
Yeah.
we're going to be
We'll
okay.
be okay. Cut you loose.
Yeah.
You've done your part.
Yeah.
It makes me want to say this: just because somebody is passing away on hospice doesn't mean we have to stop speaking life into them. We
Agree.
speak life into people until they are physically gone and cannot hear us with their human ears anymore.
Yeah.
And then we can still speak it. We
Yeah.
can speak to them even after they're gone, if that helps us to process and grieve in a healthy way.
I think too, like something, just use simple words. It doesn't need to be complicated.
What would you say if it was your last conversation with your loved one and you knew it?
Well, I'm thinking of my mom and dad, like my dad right now. Like, I would definitely reiterate to him, one, how much I love him, but what he did for me, who he shaped me to be.
Yeah.
How big of a mentor, how he changed my life, how he was the godly father that led our family and helped, created that foundation for our family, and worked so hard. And oh my gosh, like, how important he is to me and how much I love him. Yeah.
Please do that. I didn't get to do that with my dad.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of unforgiveness for my dad. He was not a good dad. He was not present. He had a lot of issues. And he died on his motorcycle. I got a call that he had passed away. He was riding his motorcycle and a drunk driver pulled out in front of him. So I didn't get to say my goodbyes.
Yeah.
I had written a letter. My girlfriends were really supportive. We all had kind of like dad issues. Some of my closest girlfriends in college, and they really encouraged me, write a letter, like telling your dad that you feel that, like write him a letter. And so we had kind of started to work on our relationship when he passed away. And I think, I had some regrets about that. But then a little bit later, I was like, but that's a good thing. We had begun the connecting and the healing process, and we're creating something new in our relationship. But I didn't get a chance to tell him how fun and charismatic and quirky and just cute he was, and how I love how musically talented he was, and thank him for, always being a musician just around in my life, like always having music around, and for believing in me to buy me a keyboard, a violin, a guitar. I didn't get into those things, but he saw something in me. He was trying to connect with me in those ways.
Yeah.
And I made him wrong for it, because I was like, well, he doesn't get me, So.
Yeah, just special memories. I think I would talk about those memories,
Yeah, specific things that stand out to you that would bless that person so much, to know that that's the moment that they
And my dad
you.
used to comb my hair. And I'm pretty sure my pigtails were crooked or a braid was a little off. But I just remember,
so
I
cute.
don't know why I wanted him to comb my hair. Maybe because my head's really sensitive and my mom would, I don't really know the reason why now that I'm sitting here thinking about it. But yeah, like those were special moments, or we would sit in front of the TV before he took my brother and I to school, and we were watching like Inspector Gadget or the Smurfs or Thundercats. And he was there on the couch with us too, after eating breakfast.
Yeah.
Like those were just such special times. Simple things. But
do you remember anything that he would say or do, or was it enough that he was just there?
My dad, he's a man of very little words. It was just his presence. He was just, he's strength. He's a protector. It was just his presence. And, he lived by God first, family second, and credit third, and he worked hard. And so those are like the things that he said. But I just, he always made us feel like he was proud of us, no matter what we did. Even when we were not good kids, he shaped us, like he shaped who we are. Both him and my mother did. Yeah. So I think about this being the last conversation, but I don't want that to be my last conversation with my dad. So, yeah, I do. I think personally, I'm gonna start becoming more intentional on those conversations that I need to have every day,
Yeah.
you know?
Because you get to go create whatever it is you decide to create with the
Mhm.
people in your life.
Yeah.
I think sometimes too, we don't think we're that powerful. We're like, oh, if I get a chance next time we have a family gathering, go create it. Go create what it is that you want to create with
Yeah.
that
I
person,
mean
even if it's a broken relationship. Like, jump in
mhm.
because
Yeah.
nothing's going to be created if you don't go, if you
No.
don't say it, if you don't make the call.
Mm-mm. Um, Another part regarding, like, last conversations and goodbyes, and you mentioned it with your mother-in-law's creating that peace at the bedside.
Hmm.
Like, that's really, really important and
Yeah.
sacred and special, you know? Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Don't be frantic.
yeah.
Don't make them feel like you're all put out and sighing and, oh, I'm so
Oh,
tired.
I'm here again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what could that look like? You talked about, caressing her face or her
Hmm.
arm or giving her a foot rub, you know, moistening her lips, combing her hair,
Honestly,
changing her
girl,
clothes.
I think we can, ground ourselves before we go be in their presence. Like,
Mhm.
we come into the house and just sort of like take a few minutes to ground ourselves and why it matters. Like,
Yeah.
okay, give myself some calming and some soothing deep breaths and like bring to mind why this relationship matters. This could be my last conversation with this person that I love who's meant so much to me.
Mhm.
How do I want them to feel in my presence today? Well, that's how I get to show up. I get to bring a smile to my face, make sure my eyes are bright and connected with theirs, and like stroke their, yes, touch,
Mhm.
human touch, hold
Yeah.
the hand, whatever you're comfortable with. Touch the shoulder if it's somebody that you feel like that's too intimate, but physical touch in whatever way you're comfortable with, and then say words, and then take the pressure off yourself to be anything that you're not.
Right.
Just be with them. Be
Yeah.
willing to be with them and breathe in and out and meet them in the moment. Sometimes they are having a great day and they want to chit chat about
Mhm.
all kinds of things and just go wherever they want to go in the conversation. And then if they ask you a question, just answer honestly,
Mhm.
connect.
But it also doesn't have to be a moment of where you're constantly doing something or constantly saying something. You can just actually
No.
just sit there.
Yeah, you can sit there.
Just sit there with them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Watch
they'll
TV
feel your
together,
presence. Mhm.
put some music on if they like music,
Yeah.
light some candles if they like candles.
Yeah.
Yeah, something stinky in there, try to take care of it if that seems to be important. Be courageous enough to meet the moment and be present, and you'll know exactly who how to be with them and what to engage in.
Yeah. So what if there are some really deep wounds that a family member is harboring? I think of one in particular.
Mhm.
Um, she wasn't our patient, but her husband is our patient.
Mhm.
And the daughter had been estranged from them for a while because she didn't feel like her parents could take care of themselves any longer, and she filed an adult protective service um, complaint, right, for them to
Mhm.
come in and check them out, right?
Okay.
And the mother found out, and the mom stopped talking to her. Like, she just shunned her away. Like, how dare you? But kind of a little bit of backstory is this: the wife was 100% bedridden, severe edema. She had tons of water in her body. I mean, wounds, open wounds, septic,
Mm.
oozing wounds.
Yeah.
She couldn't take care of her husband either, which has dementia, right?
Yeah.
And so we did have her down as next of kin for our patient, the husband.
Yeah.
And when the wife went into the hospital, of course she was septic and she ended up passing in the hospital. But the hospitalist or the medical director had asked if there were any of other next of kin, and so I called that daughter,
Yeah.
and she told me the story that they hadn't spoken in months,
Mhm.
probably like 8 months, 6 to 8 months. I can't remember exactly. And I told her what room she was in and that, I'd meet her there, even though this wasn't our patient, but this is a family member of one of our patients.
Right.
And so I met her there, and yeah, it was a beautiful moment for her to speak to her mom.
Yeah. What happened?
And her mom was not coherent. She was already on life support. And, I hugged and I prayed with her and I loved on her a little bit, and then I let them be.
Right.
Her mom ended up passing about an hour after she got there.
Wow.
And so, anyway, like I think about that. I think about the burdens and the weariness and those, yeah, it's hard. Like, it's real life,
Yeah.
you know?
That's the thing, is these won't be the last or the first hard conversations that we have. So it's a bigger picture of that too. Like,
Yeah. And
we
the
can
deep
always,
wounds, she was trying to do something to help her parents because her parents wouldn't listen to her. The way that they were living, they couldn't care for themselves anymore. And so her hands were tied.
sounds like they weren't making, they were not, their mind wasn't working
Right.
well.
Yeah.
They weren't making
Cognitively, they
safe
couldn't make the right
decisions,
decision.
cognitive
And she
impairment.
knew
Yeah.
it. But her hands were tied. And so,
Yeah.
yeah.
And those are tough things. And those happen because we can't control other people.
Hmm.
We can't control every situation. It sounds like that daughter got to have a healing opportunity because of your making contact with her and thinking of her,
Yeah.
to build that bridge to say, hey, this is the situation. Do you want to come? And
Yeah.
that's what we do. And she said yes.
But I'm sitting here realizing too that it was so healing for that daughter.
Yeah.
Because she expressed to her mom with love by caressing her, telling her, "I'm here," and weeping and telling her, "I love you."
Exactly.
I didn't hear everything, but I did hear that specifically, and I did see that. And so,
And any time that we can have tears and express and let those emotions flow through is going to be healing, and it's going to be
mhm,
healthy. And so we want to foster that.
yeah,
Yeah. And we don't know what that daughter has come away from that with. We don't know
yeah.
unless we ask.
So what
But
has
hope
huh? I'm sorry.
but hopefully it's positive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully it's not a thought of like, oh no, I missed all these months with my parents, because sometimes we just have to accept what is.
yeah, yeah. So what has hospice taught you about these conversations?
So much, so much. I when I first started, I was really nervous. I wanted you to manage all those difficult conversations and me just sort of be there to be like, uh-huh, yeah, what she said. Yeah, like a
Mhm,
support. Because I didn't quite know what my role was. And there was one specific time I was getting out of my car to go into a patient's home who had gone into the hospital. They were on our hospice, went into the hospital, and were coming home. And you were like, yeah, we need to be really clear with them about, you can't be going in and out of the hospital. Do they want hospice care and comfort care at home, or do they want to be taking them into the hospital? Like, we need to be
mhm,
clear that this is the direction we're going. And one thought in my head was like, who am I to ask such a big question? And then immediately, because I'm very connected with God and my faith, and God was like, you are the perfect person to have this
mhm,
conversation with them. Have it in love and you won't go wrong. And I did. I walked in there with a totally grounded, like purposeful, intentional, like, if I don't ask these questions, perhaps nobody in this family will.
right.
They're not trained.
Mhm,
They're not talking about these things that we're talking about.
mhm,
And they didn't even hug and say, I love you, for decades in their family. So I went in there and I said the thing. I looked at the patient right in front of all the family in the room, and I was like, sir, are you at peace with passing away, with dying? Well, uh, I could be. What? And I was like, what will it take
mhm,
for her to be okay, for him to be okay, and his sister to be okay? Oh, he has a sister. Who's the sister? Well, then we opened up a whole other
can of
avenue
worms.
of, which was great. I was like, now we're talking. Now who,
Mhm,
because sister needs to know he's not going to be able to be jovial and joking and like his personality for very much longer. How
right.
much longer, Rachel? Nobody
We
knows.
don't
But let's
know.
get her here,
Yeah,
because now's the time for
right.
her to get to talk to her dad.
Yeah.
Well, she works and she does this, and we don't want to bring her here if he's not really going downhill. Okay, I hear all that. Where's all that coming from?
Yeah.
What's most important is that she gets to come have a proper conversation. She gets to have an opportunity to talk to dad while he's still got his wits about him.
Yeah.
He's maybe not sharp as a tack, but he's still there in his personality.
I think what hospice has taught me is that you have to do it now.
Mm-hmm.
The time is now. And there's no perfect circumstance. There's no perfect circumstance.
Mm-mm.
And there are no perfect words.
Right. Yeah. So take the pressure off.
But the time is now. Like, you can't wait. You can't wait.
Yeah. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of us because we ask the difficult questions and we trust that they're going to meet us right there in that, and that it will be positive. It will be healing. It will be purposeful.
Yeah.
Yep. Because when they pass away, they leave behind a family and generations that come after them. And that's, our mind is on that too.
Yeah. So in closing, let's think about, I want you to think about, or anyone, right? Anybody watching, listening, think about today, someone in your life. Maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's a parent, maybe it's a child, a sibling, a friend, someone that you've lost touch with. You have that person? Yeah, got him? So now you ask yourself, if this was the last conversation that I ever had with them, what would I want them to know? How would they know that I love them? How would they know that I'm proud of them? Would they know that I forgive them? Would they know how grateful I am for them?
Yeah.
And if the answer is no, don't wait. Make the call. Make the video call, whatever you have to do. Send a text message. Don't wait. Write a letter, have the conversation, get it out now.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Shauna.
Yeah.
I have somebody in mind.
I do too.
Yeah. I'm committed.
Woo! All right. So, scripture for today.
Yeah.
Ready for that one?
Yes.
I have a couple of them, but I think because we're talking about forgiveness a lot. Matthew 6:14 permeates. It's, for if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. Another good one is 1 Peter 4:8. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. Yeah.
Yeah. And love wins.
Always.
Love wins.
Yeah.
As soon as we say so.
Mm-hmm. All right. Till next time.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you later.
Good. Love you.
Bye. Love you too.